Dan Drake, this is Visitor Network TV, and our guest today is Adair Macaire. Adair is a member of the board of the Nantucket Shellfish Association and has been spearheading the drive to brand Nantucket Bay Scallops. And its effort started, I guess, about a year and a half ago, almost, a little 15 months ago anyway.
Yeah.
And we've accomplished a few things. So, first of all, Adair, why don't you describe what it is that we're trying to do?
Sure. Well, I think everybody on the island knows how important a commercial, a cultural, and historic resource the Nantucket fisheries are to the island. And I think all of the people that started the Shellfish Association back in 2003 had this in mind when they made their preview to preserve and protect and promote the shell fisheries here. So, from what I understand, branding was something that was kicked around for quite a few years, and it's kind of a fancy marketing term, maybe, for many people, but actually it's something that makes really good sense for our Nantucket Bay Scallops, especially now in this crazy seafood market that we have. The demand is huge, and the other thing that's huge is fish fraud in the marketplace. And there's so much going on with mislabeling that it almost became an imperative to do something to protect the Nantucket Bay Scallop, which is, in fact, probably has the reputation of being the best, most delicious bay scallop in the world.
So what was the first step?
Other
than getting the board to get on board?
Well, it wasn't really hard to get the board on board. I think, a lot of them were talking about it and they just didn't know what to do. And
by the way, your background is in marketing luxury goods, right? My
background is in fashion and luxury, yes. And so this is not such an unusual idea for me, and something that this is the basis of my business. But certainly, the idea behind branding is, in this case, is to identify the origin of the authentic product. For example, made in France, in my industry, made in France, made in Italy, and fortunately now there's a growing trend for made in the US. Those are important distinctions for any product. And so made in Nantucket Bay Scallops, you'd think that meant they came from Nantucket, but quite often we've seen in the marketplace that in fact they could come from anywhere else, including China.
In some places we don't know where they come from.
Exactly.
When they're advertised as Nantucket Bay Scallops.
So the first part of this branding exercise is to identify the authentic product. And to do that, one of the first steps was developing a logo for us and having that trademarked by the US government. And Dan's holding up a picture of it because we just had this, after almost a year, have had it approved as a US service mark for Nantucket Bay Scallops. And so now this is the first step in identifying the authentic product. How do we use this? Well, we use this on a series of packaging options that we are paying for. The association is paying for and giving to any licensed wholesaler and fisherman who's allowed to sell their scallops off island, to try and bring everyone on island together to represent the authentic product.
So how is this done? What sort of labeling or tags or whatever do you use to?
There's everything uses that logo, and for example, there's a very large sticker that goes on the boxes that has the logo and says "Ask for authentic Nantucket Bay Scallops."
Sort of like the bumper sticker.
Sort of like the bumper sticker. Yes. And then we have a seafood tag that's actually the first of its kind for scallops, because scallops are not required to have such a tag because they're normally just sold as the mussel and not the whole shellfish. So there's usually no issues with contamination or government regulation of that for I guess.
It gets complicated.
Yeah, well, no, it's for cleanliness standards. But anyway, we've developed this seafood tag that our
you didn't
fishermen
bring one with you, did you?
and retailers no. It's being shipped as we speak to me, and this will be used on all of the tubs and the plastic bags that are used to contain the scallops and shipped off island. And then we also have a spear tag for retailers that has a picture of, again, the logo with some key facts for the customer on the customer side, and then key facts for the retailer on the other side. Things like this is the oldest continually sustained wild bay scallop fishery in the world. That's a fact. And it gives our website information, which is the fourth component
of the marketing.
Right. Yeah, we're going to debut our website, nantucketbayscallops.org, in November when the commercial season starts.
How has this been received by the fishermen and the wholesalers?
God, I think everybody's really supportive of it. I don't think anyone sees it as anything other than what it truly is, a way to bring the community together to protect our shell fishery and to identify to everyone, including and most importantly to the consumer. If they want real Nantucket Bay scallops, they have to get Nantucket Bay scallops from Nantucket. And when they see that logo, they know that they'll be assured of finding the right thing. That
raises an interesting point, because I know you've had a couple of off-island wholesalers who get theirs directly from somebody here and then repackage into smaller packages and ship on to restaurants and retail dealers who wanted to use these tags. And how have you responded to that?
We're really excited by their enthusiasm. They're also very supportive. They said it's about time that somebody's done this because Nantucket Bay scallops are, as I said before, very well known worldwide as the best, the premium scallop. I remember in one of our first meetings, someone saying, "Oh God, it's not like we're talking about Ferraris," but in fact, if you talk about culinary luxury products, Nantucket Bay scallops are. When you're talking about a purchase that sometimes costs 3 times more than like I say, a China Bay scallop.
Or more.
It could be, yes. Then don't you as a consumer want to know that you're getting what you pay for? And so I think everyone sees this as a win-win. With regard to having off-island distributors use it, we have a variety of things to help them. For example, brochures. And of course, any off-island retailer that actually does sell Nantucket scallops from one of our wholesalers would get the spear tags. As this is our first year, we'll learn more about how to better cooperate with legitimate off-island distributors.
How do we deal with how does this help us deal with the retailers and restaurants who from time to time are seen to be selling or advertising fresh Nantucket Bay scallops out of season?
I think the promotion of this, the more that people hear about this, the more they know that there's something to look for, the more questions will be asked at point of sale, and perhaps that will also stop certain people that might have said they were selling Nantucket Bay Scallops when they weren't, to hesitate and not try and make illegitimate claims like that. It won't stop everyone. Fraud in any marketplace is a fact of life, and it's not that we're going to hire a a team of legal experts to sue everyone constantly. But all we want to do is recommend that if people want Nantucket Bay Scallops, that they should ask for and look for that logo. Again,
here's the logo. Adair Macaire, thank you very much, and good luck with the effort.
Thank you, Dan.